program given as per the JNTU K syllabus, and this is the first lab program for second year CSE students. So as per the description, we are going to write a program for finding the sum of two distances by using the objects concept. Here is the program description is given for you, like create a distance class with feet and inches as a data members, and member function to output distances, and member function to add two distance objects. So they'll give you a question like write a main function to create objects of distance class and input two distances and output the sum. So this is a question given for us. So for that we have to write a code. So here as the given first hint, we have to create a class distance. So class is a keyword in C++ which is used to create a class. So here it is my class name distance. So as a mention, I need to take two data members like feet and inch. So I'm taking that is of measure integer. And after that I need to create member functions for taking an input as well as for displaying the output of the distances. So here I am taking one method, so that is read data method, which is going to take an input from the keyboard. So here I prompt the user enter the distances in feet and inches. So by this scene statement I am going to take a value from the keyboard. So here void display is a function which is used to display the feet and inches of the distance. So here I am written a cout functions. So now the third option given for me is member function I need to write to add two distance objects. So for that this is my member function I am taken as a sum, and for that I need to pass two objects. So this is a way how you are going to pass an objects to a method. So we have to specify the class name and object name, and here also the second object name. So now I need to add the distances of these two objects like object 1 and object 2. So I need to add the feet and inches separately. So for that here I am going to write a statement like feet equals to object 1 dot feet plus object 2 dot feet. And inches I need to sum up, that is object 1 dot inch and object 2 dot inch I need to add. So now the feet and inches is going to take the summation of the two objects respectively. So here I am taking this condition because we can consider 12 inches equals to 1 feet. So because of that reason, when the inches is going to be exceed, it's more than 12. So what I am simply doing is I can add 1 to feet because it is going to carry. And then I'll subtract 12 from the summing of inch value. So this is a logic for finding the sum of two objects distances. And in my main function, I'm going to create objects because by this object 1 I need to pass the first distance, and by this object 2 I need to pass the second distance. Whereas for this third object I'm going to use to call my sum method. So now here I prompt the user ready to read the data. So I'm going to call my method object 1 dot read data. So when I'm calling this method, now first object is going to call this method. So it will display like enter the distance in feet and inches. So whatever the value I'm given through a keyboard, that is going to be accepted for the first object. And again I'm calling the read data method by using my second object 2 dot read data. So again it call the same method. Again it will prompt you enter the distances in feet and inches. So again it will take another distance which is given in feet and inches. So after that this statement is going to be displayed on screen like the sum of the distances in feet and inches are. So now I'm going to call this method by using my third object 3 dot sum. So it will take two objects as an arguments because see this sum method is going to expecting two objects. So here I am passing these two objects, object 1 and object 2. So now these two values which I am given through my read data method that is going to be taken and it is going to apply this particular logic. So now I'm using the same object. I'm going to call my display method because in my display method only I'm given my distance is in feet and inches. So I'll just execute this program. So now it is successfully executed. So it will ask me like enter the distances in feet and inches. Remember, you have to give always the value of distance in inches. It must be less than or equals to 12. So otherwise it's meaningless. So here I'm given my first object distance as 5 and 7. So 5 feet and 7 inches. Again, enter the distance in feet and inches because I'm calling here the same method by second object. So here I'm passing 8 and 6. So before I'm going to execute this program, so we can add this feet and inches respectively. So now we are adding feet 4 plus 8, it is 12. So whereas inches it will be 7 plus 6, it is going to be 13. So when it is 13, so now I'm going to add 1 to feet. So my total feet is 13 now. And then I need to subtract 12 from my inches. So 13 minus 12, now it will be 1. So now it will show you an accurate result. So now see, the sum of the distance in feet and inches is 13 feet 1 inch. I hope you all can understand. Thank you.